seems like when it rains, it pours for CD Projekt Red. Hello everybody, my name is the Alpharos. Welcome to another edition of Alpha on Point, the video segment where I, Alpharos, talk about certain subjects that I find very interesting in for about 10 to 20 minutes, or 30 minutes at that. And wow, what happened? It seems like it was only yesterday that CD Projekt Red put out Cyberpunk 2077, and it got really shit on. And and to CD Projekt Red's credit, where I give them, their CEO took personal responsibility for it, and they're making hot patches for the first month of the year. One came out, I think, January 20, I think it was 26th, 27th, and there's one coming up in the coming weeks. But it seems like just when you thought the shitting on CD Projekt Red was done, this happens. This happens. So today, as we're recording, it's February 9th, they released an important update here on their Twitter at CD Projekt Red. Says important update. It says yesterday we discovered we have been a victim of a targeted cyber attack, due to which some of our internal system has been compromised. An unidentified actor gained unauthorized access to our internal network and collected certain data belonging to CD Projekt Capital Group, and left a ransom note, the content which we released to the public. Although some of the devices in our network has been encrypted, our backups remain intact. We've already secured our IT infrastructure and began to restore the data. We will not give in to the demands nor negotiate with the actor, being aware that this may eventually lead to the release of the compromised data. That is interesting. That's an interesting thought, thing to hear. We are taking necessary steps to mitigate the consequences of such a release, in particular by approaching any parties that may be affected due to the breach. We are still investigating the incident. However, at this time, we cannot confirm that, to best of our knowledge, the compromised system did not contain any personal data of our players or uses of our services. We already approached, the relevant authorities, including law enforcement and the president of Personal Data Protection Office, as well as the IT forensic specialists, and we will closely cooperate with them in order to fully investigate this incident. Now, they later add here, a little bit later, to our ex-employees, as of this moment, we do not possess evidence that any of your personal data was accessed. However, we recommend caution, i.e. enabling fraud alerts. If you have any questions, please write to our privacy team, DPO at cdprojectred.com. Now, this is something that I think we haven't seen in quite a long time. I think the last time this happened, I think this was when GTA was hacked. It might have been GTA. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like a lot of people are taking this a little too far, and I understand. Obviously, Cyberpunk was probably the most hyped game, I think, in modern time. Probably since Doom, actually, really, because I remember when Doom first came out, it was I was really itty bitty baby, but like I can remember my cousins, and friends of my mother literally just talking about how much this game that game Doom was meant to them and such things like that. So what was the hacker's note? Well, we're going to take a look at that here. I might have to zoom in here. There we go. I would have yeah, it's close enough for you guys to read, so I hope you guys can read this. It says, "Hello, CD Projekt. Your have been epically pwned." I think this is someone that isn't English isn't their foreign language, and I apologize if this arrow is getting in the way. It says, "We have dropped full copies of the source codes uh, from your performance center, performance server. There you go, performance server for Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3, Gwent, and the unreleased version of Witcher 3." Now, this is from my knowledge of the situation in terms of the Witcher 3. So they were gonna make a updated version for the newer consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. But they were gonna add more DLC to it. Kind of similar in a way of how GTA did it. They gave like a certain amount of content, and then they're like, well, if you want to play the full game, here's the you got to buy new Xbox and buy the game again. Now, to a lot of people's credit, I give CD Projekt Red a little bit more credit for this, because they've actually made a $70 copy where you can actually take your game from current gen to next gen, which is really great. They were the first ones, I think, to do it. Xbox, or not Xbox, 2K, NBA 2K has done something similar to that. A little bit more pricier than I would be comfortable with, but I mean, hey, we can't be beggars and choosers at the same time. A few other games that I can't think of at the top of my head. Obviously, if you guys know what game it is, some of the games that are doing a cross-platform edition or cross-gen edition, obviously leave it down in the comment section below. But yeah, so it might be coming to the Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5. Who knows? We have also dumped all your documents relating to accounting, administration, legal, HR, investigations, relations, and more. Also, we have encrypted all your servers, but we understand that you can most likely recover from backups. If we do not come to an agreement that your source codes will be sold or leaked online, and your documents will be sent to our contacts in gaming journalism. Your public image will go down the shitter even more, and people will see how your shitty company functions. Investors will lose trust in your company, and the stock will dive even lower. Making a GameStop reference stonks. Of course. You have 48 hours to contact us. Now, if you ask me, the fact that CD Projekt Red actually made this statement, and not only that, they made the statement and loud enough so that people like this individual who can't even spell performance correctly, or you have been epically pwned, and yeah, I think this is gonna really not end well for this guy, because here's why. This is a billion, like now probably by now a multi-million-dollar company, and if anything comes out that is leaked, Now, granted, if it's a rogue employee, that's what I'm thinking, obviously, because employees might be disgruntled and they could have a little bit of a backseat to the door, and that might not end well for anyone at that. Um, Especially those who might have assisted or actually done this. Um, but as far as I'm aware of, hacking standards in a lot of gaming networks is really frowned upon, especially if you're working for a game developer. That gives a lot of vulnerability to not only the game production company in general, but also it gives a lack of commitment to the consoles and even PC. Um, so I'm kind of curious to see what happens in the next 48 hours. Obviously, I'm going to monitor this um, within the next couple days, and if we could read, I want to read some of the quote tweets here. Um, and some of the people really taking a hit on EA and ZeniMax. Um, Gunner Blaster said, if you want to ensure companies like EA and at ZeniMax Online continue to have a chokehold in the gaming industry with their poor excuses for games, then this is how you do it. A deep respect for CD Projekt Red for using actor, malicious actor, instead of hacker. That is a really good point. I'll like to point that out. Once again, they said, let's see here. Let's see, militia. We will not give in to the demands nor negotiate with the actor. The actor. I like that they use the word actor instead of just saying, "Oh well, we got hacked." Like everyone knows, if you got hacked, there are gonna be a lot of laughter about it. Jesse Cox, who, by the way, really good, cool guy. Would love to work with him someday. Um, Says, "Damn, that's messed up. I guess all I can do is send good vibes to my longtime friends at CDP. Definitely thinking drinks are in order next time we get together. Lots of them." That is true. If you're a player and you thinking hacking a company and compromising people's data is the way to hold companies accountable, you're wrong. You're hurting everyday workers and developers in ways you don't even understand. This is horrible. I totally agree. Gomi. Slasher, our good friend Slasher, says this. He says, I thought this was Cyberpunk ARG at first, but no, it's just hackers from 1998. It's epically poning. That's a good one. There's an absolutely chuckle-worthy irony in a ransomware hack happening to Cyberpunk devs. But let's be clear, this is not cool, nor good, nor deserved. It just sucks. Rami MCL, of course. I could see that as ironic in some way because it's a cyberpunk game. It's digital. Okay, we could go with that. Wouldn't it be hilarious if this was a story made up by CDPR to justify taking forever to fix Cyberpunk? I wouldn't put it past them, but then again, I mean, let's be real. If you wanted to know, if they felt it was very important to know that there was a hack in their system, then I would honestly say, yeah. I wouldn't I wouldn't agree with the statement, but if it was made up for, say, like a upcoming DLC, and say, I don't know, leak more of Witcher 3, then I could see that. Let's see here. This is just vile behavior. Oh no, they didn't give me a game they promised me. Dude, chill. It's a fucking game, not your life expectancy. Yikes! That's a really good take right there. CDPR's internal networks was hacked. How very appropriate, cyberpunk of them. Just want to appreciate these funny men from comments from Facebook. Someone decided to steal the code and take the patching process into their own hands. I guess. Jason Schreier said, wow, Cyberpunk developer CDPR says it's been hacked, but won't give in to the hackers' demands. Hacker says they got and will release confidential documents. Now, the question is, are they going to do it in time to potentially shit on CD Projekt Red? And I think, especially with police in Silicon Valley, they're very active in a lot of these cybersecurity type of suits and everything. I think they will be fixing this very soon. I hope they do. Last one here. This whole thing smells like fraud to me, to be honest, but who knows? Also, you've been epically pwned. Y'all got hacked by an 11-year-old from 2013. Got him. Got him. That definitely deserves a fool. But yeah, personally, seeing a lot of people's opinions about this, I would say that Cyberpunk might be in trouble. Or I should say CD Projekt Red in general, because like most people, I want them to succeed in the best way possible, and I personally think, in a real personal take, CD Projekt Red is actually a company that isn't lollygagging and playing footsies with themselves just to figure out what's going on before they put out an update. Like, for example, EA Sports, EA with the whole Pogo thing, where I think it was because I had an account similarly hacked in some way, and it was an old email, so but it still had my Xbox on it, so they got me into my old Pogo account, and then I changed it, and now I'm on EA servers through just the Xbox, not just the Pogo account. But I mean, you hate to see it, but you never know what's going to happen in these next few days. And also, I forgot to mention this one here. Seeing the reply, there we go. Seeing the replies to this tweet just highlights how crappy people are. Cyberpunk has had loads of issues, okay? But there's no excuse to share the personal info of the HR department. They're just working a job like everyone else. He says, Moore says, people are going to say, shouldn't have released a broken game, but that shouldn't mean Steve from HR gets his info doxed and is open to death threats from a bunch of D-bags. But I guess I'm the problem for thinking that. That's pretty much hitting my thoughts exactly on the head. If you're gonna do something like hack a company, especially a company like a company like CD Projekt Red that has made games like The Witcher and Gwent and recently Cyberpunk 2077. Um, Sometimes the standards don't line up. And unfortunately, they released a game that wasn't up to our standards, up to what the corporate global gamer, the CGG right there, and they were rightfully shit posted. I think personally, but at least they made up for it in these hot fixes and constant fixes. But like Golden Boy says, um, it shouldn't mean Steve from HR gets his info doxed and he gets death threats from people who feel like they were cheated out of a game. One of my greatest examples of a game that I felt like I was cheated from was when Ubisoft came out with Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I didn't know at the time that it was a broken game, and I always, until people showed me what the game, what bugs were there and how much it potentially hurt the game. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just uninstall it from my Xbox and have a wonderful day. Go into season 3 of Rainbow Six Siege, and all of a sudden, everything's fixed. Everything's good. Everything's going properly. Now, recently, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. The last season updates with the new operators, kind of going into the fantasy. I would like to see more legit operators, because I feel like Siege is kind of going into, I would say, Apex area of certain things. But let me know, you guys. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. And you guys, we got new aesthetics coming in very soon on for Alpha on Air. And I also got new aesthetics for just regular live streams, which you guys can see me on DLive, dlive.tv /AlphaRus, and also on trovo.live/AlphaRus. And also you can find me on Facebook Gaming as well. I'll be doing some exclusive stuff on there, and obviously right here on the Alpha on Air podcast channel. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video comes out. I'm the AlphaRus, saying later.